Hey there. In this video, what we are going to do is basically go through the export system for the ToAutomate add-on. So right now there is nothing in the export system. We started by just clicking the plus button to create a new preset. Okay. So this is the export menu for the each preset. So each preset basically is predefining a set of options for our export object. Good. Let's name this beetle body, so it can be easily easy to check out. Second, what we want our sources. So basically there are two types of source. You can also either select from collection objects, or you can select the currently selected objects like this. So let's go for the basics. Go to collection objects, and what we want is the name of the project, or the you can say exported file. I can use the project file name, that is the whatever that is ToAutomate.blend, or I can create a custom name. Let's create a custom name. Okay, what I want for the format is FBX right now. Okay, so right now you can see we have selected the FBX of export option. We can go to this settings button, and you can say always go to settings of this current export and choose our settings. The settings are basically the same as Blender's settings. That's all. Okay, there's one more option. What we can do is load presets, load data from presets for our export settings. Right now there are 4. We can define more in the add-on preferences. I want to go with Unreal. Okay, that's all. Path. What is the path for our export file? Let's go to desktop and go to minicar, and let's create a new folder, exports. Okay, this is the export path. Let's substance file, let's leave that option off for now. We'll go through it later. Triangulate, we want to triangulate the mesh during export, and export frame, like at which frame the model should be exported. I want it to be on 0th frame or 1, it doesn't matter. Right now there is no animation. Okay, so this is the collection include menu. So we have selected the collection objects. What we need now is the source for these collections. What I want is these two collections, interior and exterior. Okay, and also their children's. So there are simply what we can do is click on interior and add collection. You see, interior is added, included collection is interior. We go to exterior and add exterior. So since exterior has 2 child sub collections and so on, some children collection also, if you include a parent collection like this exterior, the sub collections of it will also be included. Okay, let's try to do a test export. What I want to do is just basically right now show you some sort of how this is working. So this is this export path that we are gonna export at. Not sure we are at correct path. This is the path correct. This is the wrong one. Exports. So if I hit export right now, technically it should export the beetle object, and it is 701 KB. We can test it always. Go to new Blender instance and open that same file. Import FBX desktop and the minicar and exports. This is the beetle. So let's see what is included. Exterior, interior, and let's recheck in the source file also. So basically if we hide the undercarriage part that we did not include in our final export, it did not get exported. This is the result. So that is the desired result right now, and that is happening. Anyways, this is the simple thing. There are more particular instances where more complex parts of body object we want to export. Let's create a new preset. This time we want, let's say, exterior plus undercarriage, but no wheels. Let's try it. Undercarriage, exterior. So again, collection objects, project file name, custom, beetle under carriage. Again, we can select the FBX export system, create load presets, let's say Unreal again, or maybe you can say Unity, good enough. You can define these presets in the preferences here. Go to preferences, select ToAutomate, and go to your desired format. Let's say FBX, and I want to edit Unity. I want to change this to Z and -Y. That is different for Unity than Blender. That's all. You can always change this. You can always create a new preset. Let's say my preset, my FBX preset. Again, change the settings for it. That's all. Save it. Okay. Now path, for path, just again use the same path. Triangulate, we want to triangulate it. Let's create a simple include the whole car collection. So there is one more option that you can see, that is exclude collections. What exclude collection does is basically exclude some part of collections from a included collection. Let's take for an example, I included mini car in the included collections, so the whole collection tree will be exported during the export. But I do not want the wheels to export, because wheels are a dynamic object and they need to be preserve their orientation, and like they should be rigged by a different artist. So what I can do is select this exclude option, and here select the wheels collection and hit add collection. So what is going on right now? Let's give a simple summary. Include includes the whole tree, but exclude, we want this to be excluded from the final collection that is gonna be exported. Okay, so wheels is this part only, and that should be excluded from the final collection. Simply talking, we are disregarding this wheels collection and exporting our whole car along with it. Okay, if I just export it again, so right now it is exported, hit export, and we can export the current piece. Go to the new blend file and import the object, that is beetle undercarriage, and beetle undercarriage should not have any wheels, and there is no any wheels. Okay, what is the use for it? Let's say I want to disable this collection. We can still, when the entire collection is disabled, can export the files to. Let's delete these files again and just hit on export again. You see the export algorithm did work again. Let's delete this one again and import FBX again. So this is again the same thing happens, because in bigger projects collections sometimes can be hidden that needed to be exported, and sometimes they are disabled. But fear not, because this works on the internal data of the blend file, like the data that stores the objects and collections. So we do not need to worry about the interface itself for the exporting algorithm. What we can do is create a new preset. Let's say we want some interior only, interior and interior plus wheels. Okay, interior plus wheels. Let's try to create a new preset. Let's interior, name for the preset should be interior wheels, collection objects, good enough. Because why collection object, why not selected objects? We can do it, but in a big project you do not want to always go to select each object, because there are multiple objects in a viewport, like camera, lights and everything. You do not want them to be exported also. So you do not have to manually select each time to export an object. That is why the selection for the collection is a better approach in my opinion. Okay, right now there is an FBX. Oh, by the way, what I wanted to tell you is this, by default there is FBX right now, but originally it was some sort of other one. What we can do is create, if we select this in here, like export format preset, or you can say DAE. So next time when we create a new preset, the default one for the format will be DAE because we set it in the preference right now. Whatever is selected here will be the default value for the newly created preset, and same goes for this. Whatever sub preset of that preset we selected, let's say Godot, the settings will be applied to that export preset. Okay, let's continue with this one. Interior wheels path, again same path. We can create a new folder, let's say wheels, accept substance file, we do not want that. Include, let's say include interior, and also include exterior. Let me just select this is the interior, and the wheel parts are these four. It's okay, just hit the export button. It should basically export the inner cab and the wheels. Okay, this is good. It looks like a modern rickshaw, or you can say horse cart. Ha, alright, that is not the point. Okay, this is the exclude, include, and simple methods. There is you can see some sort of method here. What is this? Batch export presets. So these are the presets we have defined so far. You see, so what we can do is select all of them, or you can say a particular two, and batch export them. Let's try to do it in a visual manner. Let's create this. I'm not sure. Let's delete these two files and wheels too. Okay, and if we hit batch export, all three should be exported now. Okay, our info log is good. It says finish 3 preset, and that is good. So 1, 2, 3, and the wheel interior is also exported. The batch export is good when you want to quickly export multiple presets that you have already defined. And if I save this file right now and come back to it later, the presets are all saved with their particular settings also. So you do not have to go each time when you save the Blender file and again reopen it. Settings sometimes changes and your defaults can get varied. So it is better to export this way to preserve your export settings also. Okay, one more thing, let's the topic of a bit that is touchy, that is include and exclude collection. It's hard to get grasp of it. Let's do simple things. I go to, let's create a new collection, and wheels, accept wheel. Let's name this preset accept wheels. So we will export everything except wheels part. Why we hate wheels? We do not hate wheels. We just want to show a better way to export a particular collection and excluding its children or grandchildren, you can say. So project file name, custom file, let's say no wheels. FBX export, let's create a load preset. You can say Godot, CryEngine, whatever that is. You see, this is the info for the loaded export settings path. Let's create no wheels, accept this path. We selected the path. There is export frame also. What we can do is, if we go this way, you can see there is some animation. So if I go to 25th frame and select 25th frame, let's say here. So at 25th frame, our wheels are located here somewhere above. since our target is to exclude wheels, we do not want to care about them, but the seats position is changed for 25th frame. 25th frame, okay, confirmed. Include the mini car. That is the goal. We include the whole mini car, but we do not want the wheels. What we can do is either disable this and manually select interior, exterior and chassis part. But sometimes we do not want that. We want to exclude only a particular collection. So include the whole collection tree. Good enough. Go to exclude, select the wheels that we want to exclude, and that defines our final approach. So this will be neglected or deleted, or you can say ignored when exporting the collection, that is mini car. And if we hit export, not batch export, just export, accept wheels. So accept wheels should be exported at 25 frame. Even if we go to first frame and again export it, the final object that are gonna be exported will be at 25th frame. So don't worry about it. You can be anywhere in the timeline. Your export will be exported at correct frame that is predefined for it. Let's check this. Go here and import FBX again. So no wheels, this one. Let's try this. So you can see we exported this as 25 frame, and at 25th frame the seats were at top position and there are no wheels basically. This is the power of this, like a strong point of this export add-on, that we can exclude some parts of a collection itself. Now lastly, let's create a new preset to show one more thing that we want to show you, that is select objects, select export. So let's just this at 30th frame or first frame. Maybe we can select the source to selected objects. This is selected object, so we do not care about what is in the collection tree, just want to export these things we have selected. What we have selected is the exterior shell and no doors and only rear seat. Okay, just create a new test. I can say shell exterior and create a new, let's say OPG this time. Okay, settings, there is no preset, so by default the normal settings will be applied for it. Okay, path, let's create a path again. No wheels, let's create a new only cab will be good. Accept it. Triangulate, we want to triangulate. You see there is no collection menu this time because the source for the objects is selected objects. Now if we hit export right now, let's check it. The final object that are, no, it's not FBX, it's OBJ. Cab. You see, this was the selected objects that we selected during the export, that is 11 objects. Let's try it again. These were the 11 objects that we selected. I think the selected objects menu option is good when you want to export something quickly and do not want to set up whole export system. But if you do not select anything and you have selected object as a method for source, let's see, final export count is 0. There is nothing to export, so we do not export anything. Okay, you see this is also included in the batch export. We can include it none, it's all of them, or none. Just a quick menu to select all of the presets. We can always create new presets. Let's create a new preset, headlights. There can be multiple things, thousands of presets, because in a production line there are multiple things, multiple people working on a same project, so we can distribute model very easily. Let's say headlights, and this is rig, and whatever this, let's go to let's create this one headlight. I misnamed the same part, my bad. Okay, we'll go this one, engine. Let's say some artist want to work on engine. The game developer will be working on the engine itself. I'm not saying this is how production work, but it's to give you an idea of how the same file can be used for the multiple artists working on the same project. And so even if let's say save the file and close the file. Now again, you see all of my presets are here, all of them, like beetle body we did this, except wheels we did this, include exclude we did this. Having this kind of neat organization for our export algorithms or export presets is good for a production ready. Like let's say you created a file, or you can say you created a project and finalized and send it to game. So let's say I come down 2 years later to same project, we can just basically either select this and batch export again. We can change the path manually, but if the project is directory same, it won't matter much. Okay. Lastly, there is one more thing, that is the substance file. Let's go through that one also. Let's create a new preset, that is export. Okay, let's hit a prefix with T, and I think most people know what this is, but hitting, or you can say adding a prefix with T basically means we are texturing it. Let's do more texture. We are texturing it. We are creating a texture object, create a custom name, like let's say beetle exterior. We want to only paint this exterior right now. So what we do is basically we do not want the engine, but so we can just select this one for quickly. We do not want to exclude something. Okay, the body is included, that is this part. Where is it? Okay, glosses are also there, but they have different materials, so it will work good enough. Let's say FBX. I think FBX is default for the game engines most of the time. Let's create a directory for the texturing files. Forgive me for my typo, my bad. Anyways, there is one more option that we did not include in the original, that is the substance file. So let's check this on right now. What is this? Basically it opens the substance painter with this exported file. So what is the path for the SPP? SPP is like substance painter's save file. Okay, let's go to the same file, same texturing files folder, and accept that. Okay, what is the textures path? Let's create a new folder in this one, that is for textures only. Okay, let's check it again, recheck the. So export and texturing files will be the substance painter file, and the textures will be in the textures of that subfolder. Okay, what's gonna happen is when I hit export, it's gonna export the whole file, or you can say FBX file, whatever we have selected, and it is gonna open that FBX or whatever format that you have selected in this substance painter. So for substance painter, this method to work, to go to ToAutomate, make sure there is a path defined for your substance painter exe file. So right now mine is in F directory, stream library, and substance painter exe. Normally if it is in the default location, let's say C drive or somewhere normal, it should be detected, but since my library is in the different location than C drive, I have to manually select it. That's all. You see this one, and accept it. Okay, that's all. If I hit export now, two things will happen. It will export and it will open substance painter itself. So don't be surprised what's gonna happen. It's just to give you a heads up. Okay, since I'm using a Steam version, Steam is gonna ask me some permissions first before opening a game of their own, like substance painter is game for them. So what is it doing? It says that we have some FBX file and we have some paths for the substance painter itself. This is the mesh exterior path and export path is, and we want to just continue, but different versions matters. There are some normals and hotfix. I think I messed up with the FBX export setting. I'll fix them, but the basic thing is the part that we selected are there. Body and glasses here. I just go to this. I'm not sure if I even unwrapped it yet. Never mind, it didn't. We can paint it, export it, and when we save it, what happens? It is saved automatically. It did not name it. Why? Because we provided the name in the blend file already, and so the substance painter file is already here. And same for the textures, since there are no textures. But if I export textures, you see that directory for that is already set beforehand. It is good for sometimes, when we want to work with a project and quickly like do some iterations. Let's say I do some texturing here. I forgot to include, or you can say unwrap this part. Okay. Oh, Naaman, you forgot to unwrap. What is this? What are you doing? Okay, we just go to this part. Let's select the materials only. Select this and unwrap. I want, for the sake of this wouldn't work because we are mirrored, and when we are creating a skin UVs, we do not want to do that. Let's do this. Okay, simple method. We unwrapped it. Let's hit export now again. Since the substance file is already open, we do not need to open substance this time. We can just go here, or you can say re-import mesh. Oh, you see the original strokes that we made are now somehow directed because the UVs are unwrapped for the body now. Okay, so if I delete this, create a new layer, let's say a paint layer, fill layer, basically a body layer. Let's create some roughness value for it, and now I can paint again. Let's say ToAutomate. Sorry, my mouse skills are not top level, but yeah, it works. It is exported. Since the UVs are here, it works good enough for now. Racer, that's all. You see, okay, there is the warning still there because I think I did not export it with the correct transforms. We can always apply transform. That is the thing. Maybe it exported again. Control Shift R. I don't know. I have to re-go and check it. Okay, that's all for now. And that concludes how Blender can open Substance Painter. Also, it can set the export path and the save path for the substance file, but the texturing you have to do it manually right now, at least for now. Okay, like let's say after some work, more work, I forgot that, oh no, glass is not baked. Oh my god, glass is not baked. Or you can say there is no unwrapped glass. You smart UV project, that would work. Okay, again go to automate add-on. Yeah, the add-on does sometimes go disappear. Export it again, go this again, we got the new file, that is the glass file. So I just hit Control Shift R through and re-import the mesh quickly. Okay, that's all I wanted to show. During texturing it is good,